What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today we're going to go over the different ways we can place our battery par 50. So we have many ways we can place our light between different floor positions. We can place them inside our totem stands, and we can even hang them from our truss. So first let's talk about the totem stand placement, because this won't require the included mounting bracket or the hardware. So for this setup, this works best with a totem stand that has a white scrim surrounding it, so that when we place our light inside, it gives it that illuminated effect. So all we have to do is lift up the scrim from the bottom of the totem stand, turn on our light and set it to any mode or color, place it on the bottom of the stand, and then lift the scrim back down. And of course, we can always change the color or mode the light is set to with our wireless remote, DMX controller, etc. So now let's talk about the floor placement for our light. So not all of them need the bracket attached to the light, but let's go over that real quick anyway, so that way we have the option to angle our light into different positions from the floor. So the first thing we can do to attach our bracket is take the screws and the washers here. We're going to place a washer onto each screw. Then we can take our screw and run it through each hole on the sides of the bracket. Then we're going to want to make sure that our remaining washers line up to the holes here on the side of our light. And the way I like to do that is just by taking the washer and lining it up to the other end of the screw here on our bracket. And now this way, all we have to do left is take our bracket, line up the screws to each side of our light, and then tighten each screw to secure the bracket onto the light. So like I mentioned, having the bracket attached to the light is great because it allows us to angle our light in different positions. But in case we want it completely flush, all we have to do is raise it up, and then we can just use the rubber feet on the bottom of our light to place it on the floor. But of course, if you just want to place the light on the floor so that it's standing up with the feet on the bottom, you don't need to attach the bracket at all. Now, one of the ways we can place our light on the floor is for wall washing. So there's a couple different ways of doing this. So one way is by taking the light and placing it completely flush to your wall. And this way the light will be shining completely upwards against your wall. And the other way we can wall wash is by taking the light and placing it away from your wall and using the bracket to angle your light so that it's hitting the wall the way you want. You can also use these placements with a DJ facade so that it's lighting up your DJ setup. Another way we can place our light is by mounting it to a truss. So while we have the mounting bracket attached to our light, we can take a lighting clamp like our very own LC70. We're going to take out this bolt here on the clamp, run it through each hole here on our mounting bracket. Now you might need to close a bit of the bracket here like this so that the bolt is peeking through. Then we're going to take our clamp and screw it back onto the bolt. So now to mount the light onto our truss, we're just going to loosen this butterfly screw here. Then we can line up the opening of the clamp to a spot on our truss. And once we have it placed the way we want, we're going to tighten the butterfly screw to secure the light on our truss. Now, any of these placements will work great with your light, but feel free to experiment for what's best for your setup. And while your light is set up in any of these placements, you can use the wireless remote, the controls on the back of your light, or a DMX controller to set your light up with the perfect lighting or effect that you want. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to place your battery par 50. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.